So what you just heard was these guys. These mercenaries, basically. Black operators. Black operators. Forcing these women to yell that stuff over loudspeaker. Tons of people just heard that out in public. It is now 1902, October 11th, 2018, Thursday. Yeah, that was some pretty obscene stuff they were forcing them to say. That is basically sexual assault right there. Forcing them to say stuff against their will, particularly obscene, sexist, fucking things of violent and sexual nature, oftentimes both. Things, racial slurs. I'm hit by them every day. They force them to say them to me on a daily basis over V2K. Just horrible stuff, dude. That you would never force a woman to say if you had any shred of morality at all. Those are the people giving the orders that are forcing these operatives to do it. To torture them and force them to say those things. They are under severe duress. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so that was some directed conversation. by people passing the house. That was an example of it. How they have these very loud, scripted conversations. They're ordered what to say, the people around me. Sometimes it's extremely disjointed. What they say often doesn't make a whole lot of sense when they do it now. And they heavily use subliminal references to, things that pertain to you. Specifically, they infuse it within the conversation if they're conducting it, and most people around me are, most people that I encounter throughout the day are participating in it because they're being forced to, many of them. So yeah. Also, trigger words, they sensitize you to. They repeat them. They emphasize them in directed conversation. But basically, that shit is still going on to some degree. That was a loudspeaker down a couple streets down on a major road. And they're doing it right now. They are running these women's voices through filters using a computer program. They take voice samples. They have access to an NSA database from phone calls. They have just about everybody in the U.S. Pretty much everyone, dude. They record their calls, and that's how they have access to their voices. They use them to impersonate. They force them, these women, to speak, and they will run their voices through filters. Through many different filters. And try to impersonate people I know. Celebrities, even politicians. That's actually pretty common in voice to skull. And it is used to confuse the target. But these people have used so many voices without consent, without the actual person's consent. They don't even know that they're on file. Most people don't, that they have their voices. But I can tell you, if you live in the US, dude, they have it on everyone. And they will use your voice to conduct PSYOPs on people you may know. There are UAVs visible in the sky passing me, plenty of aircraft too. I can see these UAVs lit up and shit, but my camera's broke, so unfortunately, they're pretty far away. They wouldn't show up anyway. The UAVs used charged particle beams to break stuff quite often, and they did that to this camera recently, about a month ago. Yeah. And so, it no longer picks up video, barely at all, but I still have audio. And they're threatening me heavily throughout the day, forcing them to repeat stuff to me verbatim. Basically, it is the psychological operatives speaking through them. They never speak to me directly. They force them to repeat what they say. This is fucking sick, and it needs to stop. I can hear them yelling. I'm screaming out in pain, like I've said. These women need help, and they need it now. More direct conversation. These are people that live nearby. I hear that. Okay, so those are stalkers they use from the immediate area that do it quite often, actually. You can hear the nature of the directed conversation, random phrases and words blurted out for no reason. That's really common, especially with that guy. I mean, there's tons of noise around me right now, and if you can tell, they're attempting to drown out some of the directed conversation with engine noise and stuff like that. Noise harassment. As usual, I'm being microwaved constantly, continuously throughout the day. These things have psychological effects on you, neurological. They cause